Welcome everyone to another interview here on Hypetalktv. I am your host Alessandro, here with a very special guest, Kaiyko. What is up, Kaiyko?
What's up? I just got back from work. Yeah, I'm just chilling. I got my Sprite,
Oh, I thought
living
you
our
were
best
at
life.
school or something like that. Because I
Oh
saw that
no.
you posted something with being busy.
Oh yeah, I've been pretty busy with my internship. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's a pretty busy internship.
It's better being busy than not busy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's for sure. And then, how did you become an artist? How did this all start for you? When did music become an
Ooh,
actual thing?
that question, man, that question. It started like when I was just a little jit, like little girl. Um, my parents had this like karaoke box machine and it has
Mm.
a microphone and you can plug in like your CDs and sing while the song is playing. And I think that's what got me into like the singing phase, I guess. I just started singing a lot to my favorite songs. Later on, I got a ukulele and I just started writing music. So, long story short, that's how I became an artist, I guess, writing songs.
Any kids bop or anything?
Kids Bop? No, I was never. I don't even know Kids Bop, bro.
You were not a
Yeah.
kids bop kid.
Nah, not really. I
If you
mean,
don't mind,
there were some hits, but nah, not
uh,
really.
if you don't mind me asking, what is your age?
I'm
If
20.
okay, you're
I turned
20. Okay,
21 on February 13th, so
okay, all
it's
right.
coming up. It's coming up.
It's probably somewhere in Wikipedia your age anyway. So
Wikipedia, bro. I'm not even that big yet. I don't have a Wikipedia yet.
somewhere in the
Maybe one
internet.
day. Yeah.
So it's interesting your name, Kaiko. So
Mhm.
how did that came to be that name per se?
So I usually just tell people like, "Oh, my nickname's Kai," and then I just added the Ko. Well, really, like I had a friend who was kind of like in the music industry, but more of like graphic design and stuff. And he was kind of like helping me find my name, and I had like a list of like names that I like kind of saw, and I just thought like, hey, like I'll just add like the KO because I kind of like that like ring to it, like Kaiko. Like I just thought it was like unique, and I just added like the Y in there just for fun.
Sounds
So
like one of those company things like Geico or something like that. I don't know.
yeah, people will be like, "Did you say Geico?" And I'm like, "No, it's Kaiko."
And where are you
Not
from
not even good.
exactly? You're from where are you at right now? You're in Seattle or
Texas, like
you're in
Dallas. Yeah,
Texas? And what's your nationality?
Filipino.
Filipino. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
people are like, "You're Japanese right now," or like Chinese, or I'm like, "No, Filipino." Because I mean, like
And
some Filipinos will be like, "Yeah, I'm Asian," or some people will be like, "No, I'm like Pacific,"
yeah, yeah,
Pacific
they like
Islander.
exactly the Islander or something like
Yeah,
that. They
Pacific
also
Islander. Yeah.
and who are your inspirations for your music?
Oh man, I have like so many inspirations. I mean, I have like a Spotify playlist of like all my like favorite songs and stuff, like on my Spotify page. So, my fans can go look at my like favorite songs and artists to kind of see like my inspirations. But definitely a lot of like people in the underground.
Mm,
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't think
definitely.
so
You wouldn't think so? What do you mean?
because some of your music sounds more like mainstreamish. I don't know. For
Does
me,
it? Oh,
yeah,
well, I
it's
guess
like
because
very
I
indie
incorporate.
rock, pop type music.
Yeah, I don't really. It's hard to explain my genre because I kind of just go with the flow. Even though I hate to say it, I guess like, you know,
What were
I
you
just
were gonna
whatever.
say before that? Before I interrupted you there?
Oh no, no, I was just talking about like my music, like how I don't really have like a name for my genre or whatever.
Okay. I
Yeah.
mean, it's better not to put yourself in a box anyway. So,
Yeah, for sure.
so you have any inspirations in particular that you like model your music after, or who you listen to?
Um, I don't really try to model anybody. Like, I think it's kind of bad to just like have like one artist that's like your favorite and just like base everything that you do off of them. You know what I mean? Because I just think
Yeah.
like that's not very like natural for like a good artist to do, but it is good to have like inspirations and kind of like a little shadow per se, like, but not like totally get all your vibes from them.
Your music kind of reminds me of like a mixture between Taylor Swift and Paramore in a
Hmm.
way.
Yeah, I've gotten that. couple times already. But I definitely love Paramore. I'm not like the hugest Taylor Swift fan, but I do like some of her songs.
Yeah, mostly some of your softer songs. You sound
Yeah,
kind of like similar to her in a way.
yeah. Yeah, it's
And
always
then
interesting to hear what people say like I sound like. Like some days people will be like, "Oh, you sound like Avril Lavigne," and some people will be like, "Oh no, you're Halsey." Oh, and the next day like, "Oh, you sound like Pink," and I'm like, "What?" Like who? You're just naming like every female artist, you know?
Mm.
But like, I feel every female artist kind of has, their little spark, I guess, and you know, it's
Is there
just
any particular person that you don't like to be compared to?
uh Not really. Not that I know of like in the top of my head, but I know there's some that like annoy me. I don't really mind like, oh, you sound like Haley Williams or like Avril Lavigne because I love those like artists a lot. But
Hmm.
yeah, I don't think. I mean, I'm not like the hugest Halsey fan, but I do get annoyed when it's like, oh, you're like Trap Halsey, and I'm like, ew. Yeah,
That's
like
funny.
no, that's not a good description of me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then one of your top that gets played top songs of yours is Tension. How
Yeah.
come why do you think that song has so much plays and views by people?
Um, I mean, it's just I'm not surprised because like just that song, just the energy that I gave off in making that, people can really hear that, you know. I had to take like a lot of takes because I have to hit like a lot of higher notes in that song, especially the chorus and like the hook. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, and plus 93 Feet of Smoke just really snapped on that song. And while I was writing it, I just felt like so many like different like colors like in my brain or whatever. Like it just when I was writing it, I'm like, okay, I have to be like as true as I can, but at the same time, make it sound good, you know? Make it
You
sound
weren't
like
on you weren't on drugs since you said colors,
no,
right?
no, 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 nah, nah, no, nothing like shrooms or anything. No, we keeping it clean right now.
And what were you gonna say? Like, what else were you gonna say before I interrupted you again?
No, 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 no. I always forget when people interrupt me anyway, so you're good.
And then was that song about someone? It kind of sounds like it was about someone.
Um, Partially. A
Mm.
lot of my songs are about my ex. I'm not gonna get into like detail, but yeah, just
So
a
it's
lot of my
about.
songs. Okay, so Tension isn't like a love song or anything. It's kind of more about kind of like self-expression, you know? Like for me, I'm a person who gets like stressed really easily. And when I was like listening to the beat and writing it, I thought like tension, like the word tension in my head just like was like written in like huge letters kind of, and I kind of just went from there, you know. And I also incorporated like the love, topic in the song,
Hmm.
but I wanted it to be kind of like a self-expression song, you know what I mean?
So it's more like an emotional type of song.
Sort of. It's kind of like just releasing all my tension, you know what I mean? Like it's not something like a breakup
Hmm.
or like a love song or anything like that. It's supposed to be like kind of like a happy, let go of everything type song, you
And
know?
your other music, it's not about like love or anything like that, like you were
Uh,
mentioning.
yeah, no, actually a lot of my songs are about love. Like some of them will be like hidden meanings and like some will be like just in the lyrics, you know. And I
Mm.
feel like most of my songs are like easy to understand, but some people will be like, is this song about this? And then I'm like, you know what? I just want people to like listen to my song and have their own meaning, you know.
It's better that way because it gets a
Yeah.
wider audience
Right.
to
Yeah.
listen
That's
to it.
why I'm not a big fan of like explaining every little detail about my song to people because then when they listen to it, they're just going to hear my story and it not like to where their life is right now. And I think that's what is like really important with music is people can kind of like link their memories to like songs that they listen to like throughout their life, you know?
Yeah, they could connect. They could
Yeah.
connect with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how come you don't have barely any music videos? I think you have only one
Mhm.
where you have like one that you're physically in it. Because I know you have a bunch
Yeah,
of
yeah,
music
with
videos and.
dementia, yeah. I'm still in the process of like putting out more stuff. I still feel like I'm at the very like start of my career, sort of, even if it's been like a couple years, because I've started putting stuff out since like 2016.
Mhm.
But um, with school and like my career, like my actual like career that I'm focusing on right now is kind of, I'm not gonna say like in the way, but I'm just like more focused on it, you know?
Yeah, so you've basically taken breaks for those type of things.
Yeah, I definitely need mental breaks from music sometimes because it can be pretty like stressful when I feel like I have like deadlines, and I'd rather just like be free about it and kind of work when I feel like I need to write or, you know, put something out. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it's better when it comes out natural, the
Yeah,
music.
for sure, for sure. But, you know, there's hardworking people out there, especially my friends who, you know, put out music. Like music is kind of like their only like job, I guess. And shout out to those people because it's a lot of work, you know,
Hmm.
focusing on the music. And there's more than just the music, you know, like the business part and, you know, advertising, like that's a lot of work.
Yeah, how to
So
promote
props to them.
yourself and all that.
Yeah, for sure.
And how's your, since we're talking about that, about music and when to release it and when not to, when do you have any upcoming music coming up?
So, um,
Like
about
projects or
that,
anything?
yes, I'm supposed to be, well, I think I've already told a lot of people this, but I am working on a tape, potentially like coming out in like the first half of this year. I don't know when yet. But yeah,
Uh,
that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna try to put out a tape for real this time because I feel like I've been saying that like the past couple of years, but once I get like my shit in order, I'm actually gonna do it.
you
Yeah.
don't think it's better to release like albums and tapes and all that once you start getting like a way wider like once you get like a hit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Um,
That's what typically some artists do. They wait till they get that one very big hit and then they release all their music all in one, like an album or something.
Yeah, people go about it in different ways. I know people in the industry will be like, "Oh, you need to start like releasing more stuff because like, you know, singles." Because I feel like when people put out albums, some people don't like listening to like every song on the album, and I feel like
Hmm.
they're gonna miss like a song that's like really good just because it's an album. You know what I mean? But I feel like if you're like an independent artist, you should like just be free to like release whenever you want and
Yeah.
whenever your fans are like, "Oh, new music, when?" You know what I mean?
And it's more monetizable for the artist if you
Yeah.
have a
Oh, yeah,
really
yeah, for sure.
when you release it in abundance, you know.
Mhm. Yeah.
Even though fans might not, some fans might not like it unless they're the diehard or like the fans that do really care that much, you know.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
And what is your future looking like in, I guess, 3 years from now,
Oh,
or even
shoot.
further than that? What do you see yourself doing music or what?
Of course, like I really like in my heart, I want to keep doing music for like as long as I can, you know, because I know I have friends who are gonna keep pushing and, you know, sticking to their dreams and stuff, and I want to do the same. Even if I have like another career that I'm like really focused on right now, I definitely still want to keep incorporating music in my life, especially releasing music and, you know, being an artist is like really important to me. Being able to like express my emotions and, you know, just showing people that, you know, human traits, you know. Yeah.
I mean, that's how it should be.
Yeah, right.
And you have any like shout outs or plugins? Like where can people find you at your social media?
It should just be my artist name for most. Yeah, pretty much just Kaiyko. Instagram Kaiyko underscore, Twitter Kaiyko, Twitch Kaiyko, everything.
And what
Yeah.
about music streaming platforms?
I should be on most platforms, just Kaiyko. Yeah.
You stream on Twitch?
Yeah, sometimes I've been trying to get into it more, but I haven't really streamed in a while, but I'm working on that. I'm gonna download something on my laptop so I can stream the games that I play with my friends. So yeah,
Yeah, for that you have
definitely,
to be very consistent.
definitely look out for that. So yeah.
Very consistent with that. And I think don't they have like a partnership with SoundCloud for a bit? They've had it,
Uh,
or
I
I don't
actually
know.
don't know. I have no idea.
I remember they had it like a
That would be
year
cool
ago
though.
that I heard from.
Yeah, I guess.
And let's get to your fan questions here that I have down
Yeah, for sure.
written
Shout
down.
out my fans.
So, what is your favorite song of your own that you really
Favorite
like?
song of my own. That is a really hard one. I would say it's kind of hard to think. I guess when I'm performing, my favorite song to actually like perform and like hear is My Heart Does U-Turns, because it takes me back to a time when like things were just so bright in my life, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
like when I listen to it, it just reminds me of like me performing it on stage, and like the people I had back then during that time period just like makes me so happy. And it's just a feel good type song, you know? So I guess that would just be my ultimate favorite song to answer that question. But I
And
do have
since
other favorites too.
okay, what are your other favorites if you have any like off your head,
Um, Running
like really
Out,
quick?
yeah, Running Out kind of funny. In Vain with Shinigami is also one of my favorite songs that I've ever written. Uh, the day you the day you walked away with Dementia, and
That's a good one.
yeah, and there's a really really old song called Smitten with You that's produced by Young Cold. It's a really old like SoundCloud song that came out when I first started. It's also another song that I really like.
Memories, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like it takes me back. It's like, man, good old days.
Backtracking here, we talked about Twitch. What are your favorite games to play?
Ooh, favorite games right now. Um, I've been playing a lot of Phasmophobia with my friends. It's like a super fun horror game. Definitely recommend it if you have a couple friends who play games a lot and like horror. It's pretty
Mm.
fun. Okay, people are gonna make fun of me for this, but I've been playing VR chat with some of my friends, and like it's kind of funny because I just use like the Poe avatar, like Poe from Kung Fu Panda, because he's just like so funny in VR chat, and I refuse to use any other avatar except Poe. Another game, I've been replaying Final Fantasy VII Remake because it's just such a good game,
Mm.
but only like on the weekends or whenever I have time. So those are the three games I have.
What got you into VR chat? Because that's a interesting
My
game to play.
yeah, my friend Dion and Eli play it. Dementia also plays it. Young Van, aka Evan, and Charlie, aka Sinchi, also plays it as well. So it's kind of like in the friend group, sort of. Yeah.
Mm.
But
And
it's a
do you
pretty
watch?
fire game. People hate on it, but it's a really like there's some really pretty worlds out there that people sleep
Yeah,
on. So
yeah. I guess it could be like um, misjudged, I guess, or something. I
yeah,
don't
it's really misjudged because like people are like, oh, there's like furries and like weird stuff.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird people technically, but you don't know
Yeah.
until you play it.
Yeah. Right.
And then anime. Do you watch anime?
Oh, are you crazy? Like, no, of course I don't know. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I do.
What's your favorite anime?
Um, as you can see on my beanie,
Hunter x Hunter.
yeah, Hunter x Hunter is one of my top favorites. Anohana, Death Note. It's just so hard to think of like animes like at the top of my head. We Were There is a really good one, real classic. Um, I would just say those animes because I don't want to go on and on about like every anime that I've watched, you know?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
you you seem to know a lot from what
Yeah,
the ones that
yeah.
you said.
Yeah, yeah.
Anohana is a very particular one.
Oh,
Some
yeah,
people
for
there's
sure.
like mixed emotions for that one anime. Some people really like it and some people don't.
Yeah. I think I watched that when I was like in the seventh grade, and at the end, I just like cried so hard. My mom was like, "What is wrong with you? Like, did somebody bully you?" And I'm like, "No, I just watched a really sad anime." And she's like, "Go to your room." And I was
Oh,
like, "Okay."
so you watched that when it came out, right?
Yeah, yeah. I was probably like 13 or I don't know. I was pretty young,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
don't remember when it came out. I just know from it now when I'm older. So,
yeah.
and then how tall are you?
Ooh,
That's
how
a
tall am I?
very random fan question right there.
Uh, how tall am I? I
And you can't
am.
lie.
I'm 5'11".
5'11".
Yeah.
Wait, for real? You can't be
So
5'11".
nah, I'm capping. I'm in between 5'1" and 5'2".
5'1" and 5'2".
Yeah. But
Oh, that's pretty, I think, average, isn't it? Like,
yeah, it's pretty average, I guess. People are like, "Oh my gosh, it's so short." But if you like stand me next to like any other average girl like my age,
yeah.
like you'll probably find that I'm not that short.
And girls wear heels, so that makes you guys taller, or boots or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. I'm not a big heel person, but boots definitely.
Okay. And then how was it like working with Peep? Did you work with Peep?
I always like tell everyone I wasn't even on that song. It was just my friend Gertrude. He had his like vocals pitched up all the way, so that's all I'm gonna say for that question. Because yeah, that question's always like in the air somewhere. But shout out
So
Gertrude, he snapped.
so it was like something that you recorded over the internet, basically.
Internet deal. We'll just say that.
Oh, kind of like I think Original God did something similar, but I could be wrong.
I don't know.
If you know who Original God is.
Oh, of course, Original God's like the goat.
Yeah, he's cool people.
I actually have like hopefully a song with him and Braxton Knight coming out. They said they were gonna like mix it. I already like did my part, but I don't know when
Should
that's
do a
gonna
music
come out.
video with them.
Oh yeah. They live like over there and I'm like over
Yeah, they live
here.
in
So
California.
yeah. They're over there on the west.
Yeah, you're like in middle of America, basically.
Yeah, shout out Texas.
But Texas is very nice to live
Oh yeah. I actually like Texas, but I think I'll move out of it someday just
and
because, you
cheap.
know. Oh yeah, for sure. That's the good thing about Texas, to be honest.
Yeah, and it seems like you guys have a lot of variety. You have Hispanics there, all types of
Yeah,
people,
yeah, the boiling point, yeah.
and
Boiling pot, boiling point.
exactly. And
Yeah.
getting down to my final questions here, um, in the end of your career, um, if you are still doing music or whatever you're doing, I guess let's say music per se, um, what do you see yourself as like when everything's said and done? What do you want to leave your mark?
Um, did you say when or what?
What God? How do you want to leave your mark? There we go.
Um, I
When
think I
it's said
just
and
want
done.
to leave, like, I just want people to, you know, not like remember me, but like keep my music like in their life as a way to, like, as I said earlier, remember their own memories with my music and kind of just continue to live with like a positive note. And
Mm,
like, if I'm gone, I don't want people to be like listening to me and like being all sad and stuff. You know, I really want them to, feel that vibe that I give off in my music. Um, but yeah, I just want people to enjoy what I leave behind and
mhm.
stay positive, keep going.
Any final things you want to interject for the interview
Uh,
to say people or whatever?
I just want to shout out all my friends, family, all that stuff. I'm not in a collective per se anymore. I wasn't dying to cut, but I got busy with life and all that. But shout out everyone in there: Dementia, Young Van, Sinchi, Gurman, Dion, Leo, all those people. So yeah, that's all I want to say. All my
Oh,
friends.
okay then. So
Yeah,
guys, go check her out in all the streaming platforms. Kaiyko on Instagram, everywhere. Twitter. You have Twitter, of course, and
yeah,
Twitch. What if you Twitch? You announce it right on your social medias
yeah,
and all
yeah.
that,
I always announce when I go live on anything. So
and then go follow her and just listen to her music. Stream it all the time. Put her on your playlist, whatnot,
yes.
and yeah, go. Peace out. Thank you so much for giving your time for this interview,
Yeah, I appreciate
Keiko.
it, man. All right, bye.
Thank you so much.